Tired of motherfucker. Like no new albums came out today that I was interested in listening to.
Yeah, there's a couple to check out.
You said what?
So there's a couple to check out soon.
Like what?
Stu Bangers and Chino XL. He dropped a new album.
Oh, Teflon. I forgot.
Mussolini and Ninth Wonder. He dropped a new album.
Cool. You heard Teflon's new album yet?
No, I ain't hear it yet.
I forgot about that one.
That shit ain't good. If it ain't Primo on the
You
boards,
said
I
what?
don't want to hear it. If it ain't Primo doing the beats, I don't want to hear it.
What's that sound?
That's my AC.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the Bob Marley trailer yet. Not yet. I know I'm
I don't
slipping.
know. I hope they get it right. A lot of people gonna be pissed off. I hope they get it right.
Honestly, I'm gonna try to. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to be done with this at least by 2:30 at least. Because after today, I'm just like, yo. Rest in peace to Dr. Matulu Shakur, Tupac's stepfather. Rest in peace. Where my homies? Where my homies? Come around my way. Creep with me through the neighborhood. One of the best hip hop duos ever. Come on. They did that shit way better than Nice and Smooth. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, man. Come on, man.
You said what?
So what are you talking about?
Who? So I wanna do a spit knowledge after this video, after this review. Can you hear me?
Nah, I hear what you said.
I said I can't wait to talk about the spit knowledge after this video.
Okay. What you spitting knowledge about?
This whole Keke Palmer baby daddy situation and shit.
Did you see how she was acting?
I mean, honestly, I ain't see nothing wrong with it really.
You know,
But
Usher
I'm
was
gonna say
giving
my.
bitches herpes and stuff, right? You don't see
he
nothing
should
wrong with
not.
that?
He should not put that shit on social media and shit. That's. But I'm gonna say my thoughts on that. I'm gonna say my thoughts. Cause like I said before, I have a lot of thoughts about this shit.
She was acting real flirty with him. If you ask me, she was acting
Uh,
real flirty with him for somebody that's with somebody.
well, let me ask you this, and this is all I'm gonna say for right now. Let's just say hypothetically speaking, keyword hypothetically, you got a chance to perform or get on stage with a female artist you find sexy as fuck, and you're gonna find that to be a once in a lifetime opportunity and shit that like that. At that point, she was a
She did
fan
what?
and
Just shoot your
shit. You know
shot.
what I'm saying? Not shoot your
She
shot,
didn't
just
act
be
like
on
that.
stage. Just like I said before.
Bro, you saw when
We'll,
she
we'll
was
talk
wearing
about it.
her ass was out. Her ass was out in that dress, and she hugging up on Usher. You didn't have a problem with that?
Cause she's gonna. If I was fucking Darius, I won't be mad because she's gonna come home to me after shit. Shit.
Well, he didn't see it that way. You
Like
know
I
what I'm
said,
saying?
I'm gonna say my thoughts on this because we gonna talk about this because like everybody is just flaming the fuck out, motherfucker.
She acted a
Hold
little
that
bit
thought.
too loose in that video.
Hold that thought. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Now Lonzo Clark. Yo, you got to wait till next week to find out, Sam. You'll be here, right?
I'm back.
So we'll find out next week which is my favorite one.
Yeah, we had to reschedule yesterday because Base had an injury and shit, but it's gonna be on Tuesday. Y'all be fine. And I told myself I wasn't gonna do this
Huh?
without Cavase. I said I told myself I
Hey,
wasn't
what's
gonna
up?
do this without Cavase.
Is Kavase coming or not?
He's gonna come for the 9 review on Tuesday.
Okay. And we're gonna see him with his toe all bandaged up and shit.
I don't know. So so what? Drake and Childish Gambino got beef now or what?
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know.
Mhm.
It sounds like Drake was just being petty. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. That statement about the song. So
Yeah, cause I heard like one of This Is America first came out. I heard a while back ago that was about Drake and shit, but
Really?
it was just a good song. Yeah,
This is America. That's about Drake.
yeah. It was recently revealed like that was to the mainstream that song was about Drake. It was a diss to Drake originally or some shit.
What part?
I don't know. I gotta re-listen.
Wow.
This Is America. That was my joint. That video was grimy as fuck though.
All he was doing was dancing without a shirt on. I didn't understand it.
It
Did
was
not
fucking more
understand it.
than dance. It was more than that. It was pretty much just enjoying his black
Well,
authenticity.
break down the video. What was it about? Because I didn't see what the fuck was so deep about it. What was so deep about the video?
I never said it was actually deep. I just fucking said that it was a dope piece of art. That's what I'm saying.
It was a dope piece of art. I've seen better
It
videos
was
than
a.
that. What was
I've
so dope
seen better.
about the video?
Like I said, if you let me explain, it represented black authenticity in the hypocritical state of America. That's what I
Oh
liked
Lord.
about it.
Oh God.
What?
Okay,
What?
Dr. Cornell West. It was so empathetic to black culture. This was such an important piece of art. Get the fuck out of here. That video
It
was
really.
not that good.
Oh come on, you're bullshitting.
What was so good about that video? I'm still
You
trying to
you.
figure that out. What was so good about it? Because he was dancing without a fucking shirt on with some school kids. Like, what was so good about the video?
I think I just said what was so good about the video. I think I just said
I didn't
it
get it.
represented black. You gotta be watched. Some shit is just subliminal. You just gotta be watching and shit.
How was it about Drake though? He didn't mention his name. What part in the song is about Drake?
I think he said originally it was about Drake, but he had to change some lyrics or some shit.
Why did he change the lyrics? He didn't want no. He didn't want to smoke with Drake.
I gotta reread it. I gotta reread the information. Shit, not not, not Dr. Cornell West. Come on, man.
Oh man, he don't want no smoke with Drake. Drake got too many hits for him.
Fuck out of here.
He don't want no smoke with Drake. There's only one Childish Gambino album that I really enjoy. I don't I there's more than one Drake album that I like.
Well, I like almost all of Childish albums and shit.
No, I don't.
I only like pretty much two Drake albums. Well, two and a half, but we'll talk about that one.
He changed the lyrics up. He really didn't want no smoke with a nigga that sing.
Yo, Mike, what's good?
Mike was good.
Hey, yo, this is gonna be an in joke for Mike. You, he'll know what I mean by that. All right, shout out to Lashea again too. Shout out to her. You might have some shit in the works. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to the R&B representatives. I didn't forget about y'all.
When is that episode dropping? Did they
They've
tell
been
you or no?
they've been behind a few things, so it's gonna drop pretty
Shit.
soon.
They take like
Yeah.
3 months with me to just to drop a video. That shit might not come out till like the fall. The rate that they going. I still got shit that ain't out yet that I recorded weeks ago.
The man, they say you had like 8,000 episodes or some shit.
I've been on it like 3 times already. Like I've done like different decades. That was my whole plan to do one talk about one song for different decades. So I did
I can
90s, I did 80s, I did 70s. I'm going back to the 60s, the 50s. You know,
I can respect that.
switch it up.
I can respect that because
But
ain't
some
nobody can do it like us.
no, but some people like some platforms they take forever to release shit that you own. Them. Like I recorded shit back in April and it's still ain't out yet with another platform. I'm still waiting on. So I don't know when it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop when it's ready.
It'd be like you take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and there you have a fucking podcast.
Are you saying facts of life now?
I don't know where that fucking shit came from. I don't know.
Joel Joel's used it the best. He had the best sample for that.
Oh God, bro, I'm not a fan of Joel's like that. You already know.
You're not a Joel's fan like that, and you talked about both his albums.
Well, I haven't really heard the first album like that, and plus, I was getting to the.
From
I
me to
like.
you. You didn't hear from me to you.
I did. I like I
Okay.
said. I liked the first one. The second one has some, but he's not like one of my favorite like lyrics. I can sit down and like, oh, I fuck with Jewels. I'm more of a
He
Cam
used to be
fan.
good. Until he started uh, doing bullshit, but he was good at one point.
Like I feel like Cameron. I fell asleep on Cameron for a while. Like I'm not like the biggest fan, but I respect his hustle. To be real with you.
I love Cam, man. Cam is that nigga.
His discography is like one album I really don't like, and that's that Confessions of Fire.
That
Well,
was that was alright.
it was decent. Let me stop. It was decent. It's the
Yeah,
album
Black
cover I just
Ivy.
don't like.
See, Kristen saw it because Black Ivy nobody talks about. So I
Right.
wanted to
Shout out
talk
to.
about like different artists instead of the usual people.
See, that's what I like about Christian because he be like donating us to do some off the wall
Right.
shit. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
Like niggas be asking me, how come you haven't reviewed such and such? Like niggas, I did this shit, nigga. What the fuck you mean, nigga?
Okay.
I, I
But
don't know. I
now
just
you
like
got
saying.
this.
Sometimes I just like saying nigga for no reason. Nigga, 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 nigga. By the way, I gotta text you. I gotta text you a funny story. At work later on too.
Okay.
I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's up, YouTube? How you doing? It's your boy Reg in the building, and as you can see, I'm still fucking here.
You're
You
still
know,
here. Wow.
I'm still here.
Let's see. Let's see what happens next week.
Got my homeboy Try with me. How you doing,
Yo,
Try?
chilling.
So today is gonna be a very interesting show. We're gonna talk about a last minute kind of review, the Jungle Brothers with their sophomore album, done by the forces of nature, and we're also gonna do a little almost baby daddy, who he's now referred to as, you know. So since it's the hip hop channel, we're gonna talk about the Jungle Brothers first, but give me one quick second. Okay, I'm back. All right, so the Jungle Brothers, done by the forces of nature. This album came out in 1989, November 7th to be exact, on Warner Brothers Records. You guys should already fucking know that the Jungle Brothers consist of members Mike G, Sammy B, and Africa Baby Bam, which you can go by Baby Bam for short. By many people, this is like their breakthrough album by many people, including myself. Because like I said, when we talked about the Straight Out of the Jungle, like that was more like an underground. They've always been kind of underground and shit like that, but this
Yeah, they
one,
are. They're not mainstream.
yeah, yeah, but like they had that one mainstream kind of song, which we'll talk about that later on and shit. Um, they came out with a couple of singles. If I can find it. Give me a second. Singles are "What You Waiting For" and "Beyond This World." Oh, it came out with just two singles. Okay. All right. It was produced by the Jungle Brothers and Cool DJ Red Alert. He also was the executive producer as well too. You know what I'm saying? Um, Guest appearances include Vinia Mojica, Dope Singer, Jungle DJ Toha Toha, if I'm saying his name right. If I fucked it up, I'm sorry. Karis One, De La Soul, Queen Latifah, Q-Tip, Moni Love, and that's it. All right, so you guys should know the Jungle Brothers were like a hip hop group that I kind of got into a bit late, last minute, like. But at the same time, the influence when it came to hip hop should not be ignored. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to say that they were like the hip hop group that pretty much brought house music. Well, the native tongues in general brought like house music to the hip hop mainstream because even with Queen Latifah's first album, All Hail the Queen, it had some house kind of joints on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So after the release of Straight Out the Jungle, you know, they were pretty much working on this album and shit. You know what I'm saying? And because Straight Out the Jungle, they were on Warlock Records, which that was an indie label. This album, they actually appeared on Warner Brothers Records. At that time, Warner Brothers was like on fire at the hip hop game. Cold Chillin' was still intact and everything like that too. So, you know, them being on Warner Brothers proved to be beneficial. Give me one quick second. Let me check something. Okay, I'm back.
That was
But yeah,
fast.
man. Yeah, I just had to check something with my headphones and shit because it was fucking up. So 1989, this was like around the year when hip hop was really like breaking out with different kind of styles and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? So definitely was very interested in talking about this album because originally this review was supposed to have been for months down the line because I'm still debating if I want to do like an artist Saturday, artist Sundays on native tongues artists and stuff like that with that we haven't really discussed. But I had a brain fart and I didn't really want to talk about a lot of the albums that we got planned for next week yet. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Let me go back on my word. Let's talk about some native tongues and shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is the album cover right here. Very, very Afrocentric album cover right here. You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
I definitely I definitely feel like this might be one of my favorite hip hop albums covers ever. And it's the image that like whenever I think of the Jungle Brothers, I always think of that image in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Q said also Ice T was on Warner Brothers Records. Yep, I forgot about that. Forgot. Yes, sir. All right, so let me pull up my notes for this shit. Cause I got a lot of shit to say about this album. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Okay, there you go. All right, so this album, done by the Forces of Nature, has about 16 tracks. So let's get started with the first joint, Beyond This World. You know, people always talk about how Done by the Forces of Nature was like them experimenting more with house music, but Beyond This World kind of sounds like something that is still sound like something that could still be on the first album. You know what I'm saying? That's Straight Out of Jungle, just based on the drums and like the Afrocentric kind of talk and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Big up to the Zulu Nation. You know what I'm saying too. Very dope song. I kind of consider this a very strong start on this album, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like self-explanatory. You had Baby Bomb, excuse me. Doing his thing on this joint right here. I love the line when he says, "Confused, no landing, no understanding, but I knew not to give what life was demanding. Found a new tab, thought I'd take a grab. Tired of brothers who feign to backstab." Like very straight to the point. It's a shame that you never really hear them getting mentioned as like some like the greatest like MCs at that time and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
real head definitely fucking love this song as well.
Yeah, it was dope. Definitely had a nice beat. Nice scratching on the track. We had Mike G saying, first you crawl before you walk. First you think before you talk. I found it like that. You wear a hard hat, protect your mind, and versus stay back. I love this flow. Africa came with it. This definitely a great album opener. You know,
Right.
this was good.
Definitely one of my top five favorite songs off this album already. All right. Next song is Feeling All Right. Now, if you guys heard that sample, do you heard that sample plenty of times in like a lot of golden age hip hop and whatnot too? You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool track right here. It's like one of those songs where it's like it's a storytelling track, you know what I'm saying? How, Baby Bam was like getting ready to go to work and then shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? And he ends up getting a raise in a 2-month vacation and shit too. They were even doing a little singing on the chorus as well too, you know what I'm saying? So which I never really consider them to be the best singers, honestly, but hey,
Yeah, it was dope. Definitely love the beat, the bass line for it. Banging track.
I agree. All right. Next song is Sunshine. This song was okay, to be real with you. I wasn't really too crazy about this joint, to be real. It had a very minimalistic feel to it, and I do love like a lot of minimalistic music, but it's pretty much like I don't know. I just feel like it could have been much better if you ask me. I feel like that the beat was okay. I just feel like it could have. I think the beat was probably for somebody else. But hey, it's alright.
I thought it was dope. A dope summertime drink. You know, um, from the moment they wake up, you hear Africa and Mike G talk about, just it was like it was like another day in the hood, during the summer, and Africa saying, given the light, but now there's darkness. Started with intelligence, now there's ignorance. I thought it was a dope song. They could have had a video for it. They didn't. This wasn't a single, right?
Nah,
They should have had a video for that. Um, I definitely enjoyed it. Summertime in New York, it had that type of vibe for it.
summertime. Let me stop. All right. Next song, "What You Waiting For." You know, I used to not like this song for a while, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like at that time, I wasn't really the biggest house music kind of guy, and to this day, I'm still not the biggest fan of house music.
Uh,
I like some artists I do like, but when it came to hip hop, I can take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? But then I listen to it now. It is a nice little party joint. I love that intro to the beat. That intro that dun 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 dun, and then you have them just saying like, "Oh yeah, yeah," just getting shit together. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Definitely a very dope joint in my personal opinion and shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this is actually probably their signature song, if you ask me.
This is their signature song.
One of their signature songs.
It's so crazy that um hip hop and house music went hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like we had a lot of artists, especially in the late '80s, early '90s, incorporating house music to their music and vice versa. And I know recently, I think it was Access Hollywood. It was I'm gonna send you the clip. There was a show that they had like some of the house music, legends like Robin S, um, Martha Wash from the Weather Girls, um, Crystal
Yeah.
Waters, the girl that was on the I Got the Power joint from Snap,
Yeah.
and they all Cece Peniston was there, and they all like talking about like house music and the resurgence of house music in R&B and in hip hop again. Beyonce with her album last year, it was like a club album.
Right.
Drake with his album last year, it was a club album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So You know, you had CNC Music Factory that had that was both hip hop and house music, and they really go hand in hand. And you know, back then I I didn't see a lot of hip hop heads embrace house music the way it is now. You know what I'm saying? And it was just crazy how it's come so far. You know what I mean? And it really back then it really didn't get a lot of support compared to again now. Like now is a different era. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's certain artists that I felt like they were ahead of their time back then. If they had came out now, it would have been a different story. But I thought it was a dope joint. You know what I'm saying? Like again, this is like Jungle Brothers. We when we talked about the Straight Out the Jungle album, they had both hip hop and house joints on that album, and I believe that's the reason why they wasn't really embraced like that
Right.
because the people back then they didn't really know what was they sound. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you hear Gangstar, you know what they sound was. When you hear, you know, Run DMC, you know what they sound was. Houdini. When Jungle Brothers come out, it was like, oh, they doing house music, then they doing hip hop. It's like, what are they? You know what I'm saying? Because people that if they didn't understand, they ready to put them in a box. People fear what they don't understand, so they ready to put them in a box. Like, are they a house group? Are they rap? What are they? You know what I'm saying? So again, like on this album, you have joints where it wasn't all hip hop. They had they house joints, and I thought it had a nice beat. You know, they definitely was going for the fan base with this joint. What's good, Kyle?
Hey, hey, Kaya. Yo, Kaya. But yeah, I definitely hear your point about this shit.
So you think
Um,
this is they? Do you think this is their signature song? Because I didn't hear this album. I got the Straight Out the Jungle album, and I heard the Raw Deluxe. I didn't hear the albums in between. You know what I'm saying? Like I know they
this
came out the J or is it what's the drink from '93? Is that the JB's drink?
J, the JB's with the remedy, yes.
Yeah, that joint I remember seeing in stores. I used to see like the posters for that, you know, in the city and all that. But I never heard it. So like this album is like the first time I heard it. But you say this is
Same.
like one of their signature songs?
This one and Our House You are two of their signature songs, in my opinion.
As far as
Yeah,
like all time or just like the house joints?
all time.
Really, cause I think when you hear like Jim Browski and when you
Yeah.
hear the Black is Black, like those joints from the Straight Up the Jungle album to me are like what they're known for.
Yeah, but see that's the thing though, because it's just like I love Straight Out the Jungle. That's a fucking dope album, but the mainstream they gravitated more to Done by the Forces of Nature. Even to this day, whenever you see them perform, everyone goes crazy when you hear like the what you waiting for joint and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
it's like it's like they're not like I said, like with Daylight and Tribe, it's easily like about 5 or maybe 7 songs I can
Yeah.
say that's like signature song. Jungle Brothers, not coming at them, but it's like people pick and choose. Even though like is this even their most successful album? Hold on.
But they wasn't promoted on by their record label. They didn't promote them often like they did with De La and Tribe.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's like by '93 they kind of took they kind of like took a fall, and then they came back like many years later with the Raw Deluxe album, and that was promoted, but they didn't drop enough singles off of that album.
I
You
never
know what I'm
heard
saying?
anything after this one, so
The Raw Deluxe they had the joint that the Roots had produced. I forgot the name of that joint. I think it's called Brain. That one was being played. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it was like I didn't hear nothing after that. You know what I'm saying? They were dropping albums even after that, no promotion. So they were like the underground group of the native tongues.
yeah. Hell, I know plenty of underground hip hop groups like that be having signature songs and shit like that too.
Right.
So
Yeah, yeah. There's groups that have signature songs. I never I haven't heard I only heard this album today, so I don't know
ooh,
if it's if there's any signature songs on here.
you know what? Speaking of underground rap, there's a hip hop album I definitely want to talk about. I'm gonna text it to you.
Okay.
I still can't believe I haven't talked about this album yet though, but there's a reason why I haven't talked about it.
Do you have it?
I don't.
Do I
But
have it?
it kind of comes. I'll see you after I text you. I don't want to say it too
Oh no.
much, but
Oh yes, that is a classic album.
let me look through the
I
schedule.
had a couple of the singles, but I didn't have the actual album though. You never talked about that album?
Cause I had a chance on getting the album,
Mm,
but they rose the stupid price up, and I'm like, fuck
yeah,
that.
yeah, it is expensive.
So the week after next, we can add that because, like I said, I really don't want to change
But that's
anything
a
with
well
this.
known album. Everybody knows that one. So
Well,
you don't
you'll
think
be
everybody
surprised.
knows that album?
Not everybody knows that album.
What?
Not
If
everybody.
you if
Yeah,
you a true if you're a true hip hop head, you know that album. It's been sampled in R&B. It's been sampled in pop music. Everybody knows that album.
like
It's
you,
been in
like I said, you'll be.
movies. It's been in movies and shit. People know that album. That's not a under the radar type of hip hop album.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. You know what? Let's save that for the week after next.
Okay.
Cause I want to see if we can get somebody else on that shit too. I want to see.
Okay.
But anyway, I like how we can be discreet because you don't know who's watching and shit. You know. Track number 5, "You Make Me Sweat." This joint right here, "You Make Me Sweat," was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? The beat, honestly, probably the most West Coast sounding beat that they've ever done. Like it sounded like they were influenced by EPMD's "You Got to Chill," but they
Yeah.
still made it their own. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Well, I think they still made it their own, but Q said, "Is it
I
a
don't.
famous album
I
you ain't
don't
see?"
think it fit the album though.
It didn't though. It didn't.
They made it their own, but I don't think the beat fit the album like that.
Yeah,
That came out of left field. I'm like, what is this? What?
yeah. Because I'm looking at myself like, am I listening to EPMD? Is Spotify tripping on me?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
This.
like I said,
What year was this?
89.
Maybe they were influenced by NWA. I don't know, guys. It just sounded like it just came
Hey,
out of nowhere.
hey.
You know,
Tribe was influenced by NWA and they did Low End Theory. Believe it or not. So you never know.
as far as what,
Q-Tips and the interview Trader.com just influenced them when they
as
did
far
Low
as
End
like
Theory.
not the sound. I don't think it sounds nothing like
No,
NWA shit.
I, he just said it was influence. I gotta
The
send you the
influence.
interview.
Well,
Yeah.
Roots were influenced by Hell on Earth to come out with a boom bap.
Yes. Yeah. You
I
can't. You
don't see
can't
it
tell
because
me
I feel like
otherwise.
Roots was dropping shit even before Hell on Earth dropped. So I don't see how they were influenced by Hell on Earth.
Well, Ill Death Half Life came out before Hell on Earth, but it was the way Havoc did his drums. After the
Right,
Infamous, a lot of those New York producers try to do those 808s like Havoc and shit. You know what I'm saying?
right. And this was before they were using Dilla.
Bingo.
Yeah, the drum programming for that album was definitely boom bap. It was more boom bap than Do You Want More, but things fall apart now when they use Dilla. He took it to another level.
I agree. I highly agree. Yeah, Ill Death Half Life came out September. Hell on Earth came out
Right,
November and
right.
shit. So
But yes, it was harder drums on that album.
right, like especially with joints like Push Up Your Lighter. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah. Push Up Your Lighter,
Like
Clones.
yeah,
Yeah,
Concerto of the Desperado. R
hmm,
double O T S. Oh, come on, man.
yeah, yeah.
Let me calm down. Let me calm down, cause if I talk about LW Half Life, we're gonna talk about 30 minutes on that fucking album and shit. But
I thought we
yeah.
did that
So
already. We didn't do that album.
we already did.
Yeah, we
We
talked about
already
that
did.
album.
I know, but I love LW Half Life so fucking much.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that
a
whole
it's a great
album,
album. It's a great album.
like and
Definitely.
whenever I watch the What They Do video, I gotta watch the one with the captions on it, not the
Right,
bullshit. That's
right.
like one of the
That's the one they
top
were showing in the beginning.
yeah, top 5 hip-hop videos ever. And then they was throwing subs at Biggie and Fuji's all in there. Oh, come on, man. Biggie fans ain't ready for that conversation yet, though. But we'll track number 6.
You, you,
Acknowledge your
you,
history.
you are not about to say that Black Thought is better than Biggie lyrically.
I never said black. I was just saying
That would
how
have been a true battle
no
to see
no
Big in
no
his
no
prime.
no 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 no.
94 Big against 96 Thought. That would have been crazy.
All I'm saying was that niggas weren't ready to hear how they almost went to beef with one another. That's all I'm
I would
saying.
have loved to hear that. That would have been a crazy battle.
Shit.
Crazy battle.
Like I like I said, Big Big. It's in my top 5, and Black Thought is in my top 20. So ain't nothing changing that. All right.
And he never lost it
Tracking up.
too. He's still one of the goats. He never lost it.
He's still one of the goats.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not
I
mad
just
about
wish he
that.
would have had a better solo discography, but he's
I
still one of the
agree.
best lyrically.
The recent solo album he came out with, I think, with Danger Mouse, that shit was dope.
Yeah. Last year, the cheat codes was fire.
Yeah. I acknowledge your own history featuring Vina Mojica. Very dope. Vina, anytime she's on a native tongues track, she always just takes it to another level. I'm gonna be real with you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So this one is a self-explanatory story about how you gotta pretty much don't let the media rearrange Black history and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, again, Vintage Jungle Brothers song, in my personal opinion. Oh wait, this is actually her first appearance on Wax. Okay,
Huh?
wow. I think this is her first appearance on a Native Tongues track.
Really?
Yeah, cause
Yeah.
yeah, it makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah,
Because Lauren Theory was 91.
right. And
It
then
was
De
on
La
that
Soul
year.
is dead. De La Soul is dead too. Don't forget about that one.
Right, right.
Yeah, man. All right. Like I said, I took a little bit of notes, but I was listening to this while I was at work, so certain shit I have to like look up and stuff as well too, just in case I fuck something up. But yeah, this is a very dope song. I love it.
This was dope. I love the message in the song is like, Black history should be important to our people, and Africa talks about that in the song when he was in school, he didn't really pay attention to it. He said, yeah, I cut class, I got a D, because history meant nothing to me. Christopher chose to explore, discovered America. Yeah, sure. He thought the planet was square, traveled many places, but we were already been there, which is true. I mean, when you look at history, at least for me, in elementary school, what did they talk about? They talked about the Civil War, Adolf Hitler, the how Columbus sailed with the 3 ships, discovered America. That's what they talked about. They didn't talk about Black history. You know what I'm saying? If they did, it would be Martin Luther King and the "I Got a Dream" speech. Then he got assassinated. Malcolm X, same with him. That was it. Everything else was mostly American history and what they considered, historical events. Pearl Harbor talked about that. You know what I'm saying? When Lincoln freed the slaves, talked about that. George Washington and his era talked about that. But it wasn't a lot of Black history being taught in schools at that time. You know what I'm saying? And in society right now, we're going through our own history, unfortunately, and it's bad history. You know what I'm saying? And that the curriculum was just all fucked up, and they got to change that to the point where if you're gonna talk about the Civil War, you're gonna talk about you know how the North won the war and all that. You got to talk about Black history, Frederick Douglass and his contribution, Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad and all that. So I love the song. I think the song had a message in it. They did a song like this on Straight Out the Jungle too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
The name of that song though. But yeah, it's like this is needed. Like Killer Mike just dropped Michael, and I watched the interview he did with Ebro, and he talked about a lot of historical things, and that's the type of hip hop we need back in this culture because it's sorely missing. You know what I'm saying? It's sorely missing.
Yeah,
So I definitely think this was like one of the best tracks on the album. Yes, Langston Hughes. Yeah, Langston Hughes. I was reading Langston Hughes poems in first grade. They had us reading Langston Hughes poems. So I knew like at 6 years old who Langston Hughes was.
I love the Harlem Renaissance, man. I love that era. Like, love that era. Like writing, the music, the
Yeah.
style. I love that era, man. Shit.
Hmm.
Anyway, track number 7, Belly Dancing Dina. Uh, my least favorite song on this album, To Buck With You. You know what I'm saying? First of all, what the fuck? I don't like the name, first of all. You know what I'm saying? And again, I thought the song definitely had like a West Coast feel.
Right.
And it's kind of crazy too because MC Breed, he used the same sample that they use, the bassline sample for the Future in Your Frontin' song, which I'm not the biggest MC Breed fan, but I'm aware of that song. I like that song he did with Pac. I gotta get mine. That was a dope one, but
That was dope.
that's pretty much it. Rest in
Yo,
peace, MC
Clutch, what's
Breed.
good, bro?
What up,
What's good with
Clutch?
the Knicks, man? Knicks Nation, what's good? When we getting James Harden, we gotta get somebody, bro. Paul George or somebody. Word. Salute the Clutch B-ball. I ain't see dude in a minute. What's good, man? Salute to you. Belly dancing, that was cool. This was like a storytelling joint, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had like Mike G was like talking about like trying to get with this belly dancer, and you know what I mean. The beat was dope. It did have a West Coast sound again to it, so
Yeah,
like we were definitely experimenting with like the West Coast G funk at the time. You know, but it was cool.
definitely.
You need Dame Dollar? Nah, I'm good with Brunson. Brunson is good. Dame don't want to go nowhere else but Miami. So you know what I'm saying? I don't want a disgruntled superstar here. You know what I'm saying? We got Brunson. I feel like we need to trade Randall for like a superstar though.
Yes, sir. What's up, John? What's up, man? All right. Next song is Good News Coming. So this is like a little interlude track right here that went on for a bit too long, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's like an interlude slash DJ track, but it's alright.
Yeah, it was an instrumental. Like the beat was dope, but that was weird. Like why they have an instrumental on here?
I mean, like I said, it was the '80s. They had to have that DJ track, the instrumental track. You know what I'm saying? So
Trey
it
don't
don't
own us,
surprise
man.
me.
Like, Atlanta had a bad season last year. He don't own us. He had one good playoff series against us. He don't own us. You know what I'm saying? We got a better team than Atlanta.
Dart said, "Belly Dancing Dina is a mature erotica. I loved it. What turns you on, my friend? Okay.
Um,
Um,
yeah, it was because I mean he was talking about getting with her.
Sure. I didn't. Erotica was not the first thing that came to my mind, honestly, but to each
Really?
his own,
Madonna
really.
erotica?
He said, no, I don't think he meant a Madonna erotica, just erotica in general, like, erotic,
Right.
like erotic stories and shit like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because I mean it's really the only like you know adult type of song on here. So
Right,
it's not like the first album where they had like I feel like they had like many joints like that.
right,
Nah, they don't.
right.
No, they don't. The Celtics don't respect them. The Celtics have many problems. I don't even feel like it was the Hawks that did that. It just the Celtics got to get up. They need Dame Dollar more than us. They need a point guard. They traded Marcus Smart to the Grizzlies.
Yes. All right. Next track, Done by the Forces of Nature, the title track. One of my favorite songs off this album. You know what I'm saying? This one I love like the jazz instrumental that they use on this joint right here too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You also have Q-Tip on the interlude as well too. You know what I'm saying? Saying, "All right, y'all, get ready for the first Pharaoh of Funk." You know what I'm saying? Just throwing some hints on the greatness to come. You know what I'm saying? So, I like the line when Baby Bam said, "Tickle, tickle, 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 trickle, trickle. You can't buy nature with a nickel. Excuse me 1 minute. Can I get some of that saxophone?" And that saxophone plays. Yeah, I like that. Rainbows, volcanoes, waterfalls, native calls, avalanches, trees with branches, b-boys in their favorite stances. Again, not the most lyrical shit, but at the same time, I loved how he was flowing on that joint right there. You know what I'm saying? Pretty solid joint right here.
It was dope. I I didn't really see nothing special about it though. It just had a dope beat to it.
Got you. So, what is wrong with me? Shit, okay. Next song, Beads on a String. Um, very dope song. Lyrically, they went in on this joint right here too. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can really say. It's pretty good.
Had a nice beat. Africa is saying, find your culture, brother. I told you, black is beautiful. The brain is powerful. It was good. It was a good track. It's not a standout on here.
Definitely. All right. Next song is Tribe Vibe. It features KRS One, but he's literally just only saying like a quick thing and then he's out. Like, Blast Master KRS One, the teacher. That's all he
Right,
pretty much says.
right.
Um, very dope song as well too. One of my favorites off this album again too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is just self-explanatory, just big up the Jungle Brothers, and then they also mention the other native tongue people like Tribe and De La Soul. They give a shout out to Living Color, the heavy metal group, Ultramatic MCs, Queen Latifah, Moni Love. So I definitely love this joint right here.
This was dope. This had like another. It's like another house beat, but it was more grimier with the bass line and the
Right,
horns and Mike G saying, come on in and feel at home, but do not take what is not your own. A man once took and never returned, and it's a shame he had to learn. And then, like you said, like they giving shout outs to like Karis One and Moni Love, the Native Tongues, and this was a dope one. I like this one.
I agree. All right, next song we got is JB's Coming Through. The beat definitely sounds like something Daylight would have done for three
I
3 feet high and
heard
rising.
that beat before though. Somebody else used that beat.
Mm.
I don't know who it was though. I heard that bit with the joint with the piano loop on it. Like that beat was used in the past.
It does strike a lot of familiarity with me too, so I
Yeah,
can't even get mad about that. But yeah, again, this was a pretty good song. Nothing really to it. Just the kind of stuck out to me.
it was definitely dope. I know I heard it from somewhere. Like yeah, like some the cut samples on it as well. And this is a bang.
Definitely. Next track is Black Woman. It features vocals from Karen Reeler from Soul to Soul. You know what I'm
I knew that
saying?
was her. It sounded like her.
Yeah, it
I,
sounded
I
like
wasn't
her.
sure. I was like, but it don't say featuring Karen Wheeler.
Nah, because she just did like background vocals.
Okay,
This is actually my favorite song off this album. You know what I'm saying? A song bigging up Black women. The mother of the earth, queen of the universe. You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool song. I love that beat to it. The beat definitely had a again, a minimalistic sound, but
right,
minimalistic done right compared to like
right,
the Sunshine joint, in my opinion. Um, Definitely a very good. I love the line when they say, "You started out just a little girl, given the power to change the world, and throw some of your ways to men or are. You are the proof that there is a God. Black woman, you're the mother of all. Black woman, you stand so firm and tall." You know what I'm saying? This was like 1989. You don't really hear
right.
a lot of those songs like in 1989 and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, because this ain't Roxanne. This ain't that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, that's a classic.
hey, I love this song. I love this song. But I'm not gonna act like it's the song that brought woman up and shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
And it don't
But
it
hey,
don't sound like '89 either. It don't sound dated.
it don't.
You know what I'm saying? It was like
Hell,
one of those, black Nubian queen type of songs. Very dope beat. Karen Wheeler, great background singer, great singer as well from Soul to Soul. You had Africa saying, "You feed my fire when I'm on the wire. You keeping me calm and it's getting higher." That was like on the first verse, and they needed a video for this joint because this should have been a single.
yeah, and even the first album, Straight Out the Jungle, sound like it can be made from like '93 in
Yeah,
terms of
they
like I don't get '88 from that.
yeah the production was good. It was like this or there's older rap albums in the '80s that when you hear the production it sound like it's from the '80s. They
Yeah,
they albums didn't sound like that.
it didn't. All right. Next song is In Days to Come. Excuse me. In Days to Come. This was a very cool joint right here too. Very dope song. You know what I'm saying? It definitely has a very apocalyptic kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Like the end is near, kind of.
Right.
But at the same time, it's not what you would call like a preachy song, if that makes sense. It's just like them just going in on the mic. Very, very, very dope song right here. Love it.
And they sampled the Junior song, Mama used to say.
Oh, I forgot to say. I forgot to say that.
Yeah,
Yep,
they sampled that. That was a good sample. The beat was fire. Yeah, this was another banger on here.
definitely. Next song is called "Doing Our Own Thing." Now, this one is a very important song because it has De La Soul, Q-Tip, Moni Level, Latifah. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope joint. This was the precursor to other like dope posse cuts that they've done, like Buddy, the Buddy remix from De La Soul. You know what I'm saying? So this was a very dope joint as well. If I had to pick a favorite from this album, from verse, it might either be Q-Tip or Pasta News, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Kind of more leaning on Pasta News and shit too, but this one was a very dope joint.
I think Pos, Moni, and True Goy, rest in peace, had the best verses. Um,
Okay.
True True Goy, he said, "Don't follow the path that we're stepping. Truth to the soul is what I'm cramming." Um, Moni was like she had her typical. She had like her Moni in the middle type of flow from like her first album.
Yeah.
Potts was a little bit abstract on his one, and at the end of the song, you got like Moni saying like how there's no stereotypes with them. There's anything like that. They're just doing their own thing. That's what they did. They didn't follow what the trends and what everybody else was doing. They were doing their own thing. That's what made them stand out even to this day. With no matter what artist was down with that crew, whether it was the Beatnuts or Most Def, Common, De La Tribe, Black Sheep, Trichy Ali, all of those members stood out. Nobody sounded the same. Nobody did the same thing. Nobody even dressed the same in that crew, and that's why they're beloved. You know what I'm saying? An iconic crew, a real rap crew. You know what I'm saying? I know the niggas on the West want to talk about Death Row as a crew. Native Tongues is a crew. You know what I'm saying? They were just anything they did was just classic. You know what I'm saying? This was a great song. This should have had a video also.
I agree. Definitely agree with you about that. All right. And the last song off this album is Cool According to the Jungle Brother. Very kind of short song and whatnot, too. You know what I'm saying? It kind of reminds me of the third bass song, Flipping Off the Wall, like Lucy Ball. You know what I'm saying? From the Cactus album. Just them spitting some off the wall kind of shit. Like, them saying, Mike G was saying, I know this brother smooth like a cat. So I looked in the mirror and patted him on the back. Now I don't play when I do my thing, but you better call a cop if I start to sing. Actually, scratch that. It kind of reminds me of the song The Cactus from Third Base a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But like a more short version.
It was like a nursery rhyme.
Yeah,
You know, it sounded like some nursery rhyme shit. I don't know if I would have ended the album with this. I would have ended the album with the native tongue joint. You know,
yeah, I
like with the
agree with
posse
you.
joint. The last joint could have been like a skit or something like higher up on the album, but you know,
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Overall, this is a very dope album in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's not as house as I thought it was gonna be. You know, everyone makes it seem like, oh, the What You Waiting For joint is a house album. And I was like, it still has some touches from the first album with also them embracing the 1989 sound, in my opinion. Like this was like a more commercial album compared to Straight Out the Jungle, but not commercial as in bad, like commercial as like radio friendly and shit too, you know what I'm saying? So um there was some joints that I didn't really care for too much, to be real with you, but it's still a very good album. I would dare even say I can understand why it's a classic album. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Source gave it a good rating too. I just let me see. Hold on. I think they gave it like either 4.5 mics. I think you know what I'm saying. So yeah, this one I definitely would have to give this a four. Yeah, probably 4.5. I'm not gonna get hold.
I don't think it was commercial at all. I don't because I don't remember none of these songs being played. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't promoted. I mean, so if it's considered like a commercial album, it was a commercial album that wasn't commercial. Would that make any sense? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
None of these. I don't remember even what was the singles off of here. I don't remember no videos for this.
what you waiting for had a video.
I don't even remember that. They wasn't playing it a lot. Video was definitely not playing this. You know, I think this is like a sequel to Straight Out the Jungle. Again, you had your house joints, you had your hip hop joints. You know, they had a native tongue posse joint on here that's underrated. You know what I mean? I think the production was dope. Definitely enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it 4 mics, but it wasn't promoted like the first album. First album was promoted. This one wasn't promoted. The one in '93, I used to see ads in the source for that one and posters in the city. Even that one wasn't promoted, and I might know like maybe one single that came off of that album, but like I said, like they, you know, after '93, they took some time off. They came back with Raw Deluxe. That was promoted, but there's like one song that people really remember from that album. You know what I'm saying? So there wasn't a group that they Jungle Brothers wasn't a group that was promoted like they counterparts, like Latifah and Monie Love and Tribe and Dilla. You know what I'm saying? But this was a solid
Mhm.
album. I definitely enjoyed it. You know, I know a lot of this stuff was out of print. So
Yeah. All right. So before I want to give my quick thoughts on this whole Keke Palmer and Darius thing. So in case you guys did not know, I think during the Essence Festival, I believe Usher performed, and you know Usher was doing this thing. He was killing it, and I think he invited Keke Palmer on the stage, and Keke pretty much was dancing with Usher. Just being a fan of Usher because it's Usher at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I think like the next day or later on, her baby daddy Darius said that she shouldn't be dancing like that because she's a mother, pretty much publicly shaming the mother of his child. Now, I'm gonna say something, and I want everyone to listen to me when I say this shit. This is a classic case of male insecurity because let's take a moment to dissect this situation. Usher was performing on stage, and Kiki is obviously a fan of Usher. Now, let's just say hypothetically, he saw like a female artist that he liked. Like, let's just say Sweetie was performing on stage. All these guys like Sweetie for some odd reason and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing his thing like that. And let's just say like he just got a bit too excited because at the same time, he's a fan and everything like that. Because obviously, you're not gonna get too close to the artist because security is not gonna have that and shit too. And obviously, it's not like she's gonna go home with Usher. She's gonna come home with you and your fucking child and shit. I felt like personally he should have never slammed that fucking shit on social media because let's just say years down the line the child sees that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he might he I think she has a girl, right? Or what?
I I think
Okay, she has a girl. So let's just say she felt some kind of way. That's something you should have behind closed doors at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And personally, I just feel like it's kind of funny because if you're okay with your girl doing shit on social media, pretty much just twerking or doing something on TikTok or whatever, and you're hyping her up, following her saying that's my baby. What's the difference between a concert with millions of people compared to social media with millions of people? You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion. And I find it kind of petty how Usher kind of wish Keke hoped that she was okay and shit. But that's just how I have it. But what do you think about all this
she
shit,
was
bro?
clearly flirting with Usher. You can see it in the video.
I mean,
Look at how she was dressed. She was dressed with a see-through dress on. She's wearing a thong. She's showing him butt. She hugged him more than once.
it was a festival. I
He
mean,
he looked
it
like he
was
was
probably
enjoying
hot.
every minute of it. He grinning.
You're damn
He
right he was
saw
enjoying
all up
that
in his
shit.
face. I would have had a problem too. I'm like yo, like, are you not somebody's baby mother? With Usher's history, you want to really be entangled with him? You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not about entangling. It's not about entangling whatsoever.
But it's
It's
the
just
way that
about
it's gonna
having a
look
good
to the
time.
public and to social media. You know what I'm saying? How we know that she don't have problems with her baby daddy right now? We don't know that.
We don't.
You know what I'm saying? Suppose she and her baby daddy is on the outs, and then she flirting with Usher, and they talking, and we don't know nothing about it until like months later. Then we're gonna look back at that video like, yo, see what I told you? She was flirting with Usher in that video. That's how shit started.
Well,
When I saw the
if
video,
I
I'm
was
like, yo, she clearly flirting with Usher. You know what I'm saying? Her girlfriends around, they grinning, and everybody just grinning with each other. I'm like, Usher probably could have took down her and her girlfriends if he wanted to.
shit.
You
Well,
know
if
what I'm
I was
saying? I'm pretty
Darius,
sure they would have let him.
well, maybe
You
it's just
know,
maybe it's just my confidence being high. But if I was Darius, I
but
wouldn't worry
at
about a
at
damn
the same
thing.
time, it's a little of both. She was flirting, and her baby daddy's insecure. Because if you get with somebody like that and they in the industry, that's what's gonna happen. You got to expect that, and that's why a lot of those relationships within the industry don't work out because you know what I'm saying, because
Right.
of shit like that.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
But
How many times did we see people in the industry they dating and shit don't work out because they got busy schedules or somebody was cheating and you gotta have thick skin. When you dating a celebrity like that, you gotta have thick skin.
you got to.
Especially the way that she was dressed, you gotta have thick skin. I'm pretty sure her DMs was flooded with all type of niggas. You know what I'm saying? And if he the type to be going through his woman's phone and all up in her messages, that relationship ain't gonna last because there's no
He's not
trust.
even married. That's the bullshit. He's
Yeah,
not even
and
married. He has
well, who gets married nowadays? People have kids and they don't even tie the knot. Who gets married nowadays?
people still get married, bro, but
Yeah,
still not
well, that's tradition, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them have kids with niggas and don't get married. You
the
know what I'm
thing
saying?
is the thing is like this. It's like obviously she makes more than him, obviously. And
The
that's
money
another
shouldn't
thing.
be the issue though. It's like if
Like,
if you
like
in a relationship,
Let me
especially if you're with
explain.
somebody that's in the industry, and if he the type that he's insecure about that, what else is he insecure about? Is he checking her phone to see who's messaging her and calling her and shit? That relationship ain't gonna last because there's no trust there. You gotta have trust with your significant other to know that if you step in the shower and your phone is on the table, they're not gonna go through it while you're in the shower, or they're not gonna screen your calls and shit like that. You know, I know people that they were in relationships and they got the password to their significant other's account. So they, if you think you messaging them, you messaging they nigga, or you messaging they shorty. They checking everything. They checking what you doing, your on who you liking on your timeline, who hitting you up in DM, all that shit. I don't want to be with nobody like that. Because if you can't trust me, that shit ain't gonna work. It's like why get with that person in the first place if you can't trust them? That's only gonna cause arguments and headaches. And I don't care to be with nobody like that. I'd rather be single.
And I can respect that. Honestly, I can
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
respect that.
That shit ain't gonna lead to that's not gonna lead to the altar. If he's already acting like that, that ain't leading to them going down the altar. You know what I'm saying? You got a baby now with this high profile celebrity. So he gotta expect that. He gotta be confident in his relationship to trust her and to know that even if she is to me she was flirting with Usher in the video. Even if she's doing that, you gotta be confident enough to know that at the end of the night, like you said, she's coming home to you.
Thank
She's
you.
not going to Usher's crib. She's coming home to you and the baby that y'all created. That's all that I need. That's all that he needs to know. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I just feel like she was flirting with Usher. The way she was dressed, you dressed practically naked. Everybody saw what she the color for underwear. You bet you and you know what I'm saying. And she turned around for Usher too. So it's not like you know what I'm saying. She was dancing in Usher's face and she turned around for Usher to make sure that he saw the ass. You know what I'm saying? You hugging this nigga more than once. He's smiling up all up in her grill. Her girlfriend is smiling. That's gonna look some type of way to the public. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How long? How many years Grant Hill and Tamia have been married? Like over 20 years. I ain't never hear nothing about no infidelity with them. You know what I'm saying? Goldie Hawn and
Yeah.
Kurt Russell. How many years they've been together? Never hear about no infidelity with them.
Well, that means that doesn't mean it didn't happen. You never know.
I know, but I'm saying it's like I'm for them to be together that long, they respect each other's personal space. They respect each other, period. You're not gonna be with somebody for 20 years and all that shit is going on. You know what I'm saying? You have to know who you with. This is why we don't have like shit is not a tradition anymore where people date and then go together and then marriage and all that. That shit is gone because everything is so ratchet now in this era because of social media. You know what I'm saying? Or what they could do is not be on social media at all. Well, she got to be on social media. She a celebrity. I don't know about him, but not don't go on social media. That's how you end those problems. Don't care about what people got to say and what they think about your relationship. Don't be on there. Period. That'll end the whole shit because social media is a main issue now in today's society when it comes to relationships. You see it. Kanye and Kim is a prime example. Kanye don't want his daughter on TikTok. What did Kim say last week? That she realized that she was wrong for doing that. And when Kanye was saying that months ago, people thought he was that's just Kanye being Kanye. He was crazy. He ranting again. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school. It's like if I'm with somebody, I'm not gonna. Well, I gotta be on social media now because I'm a content creator. But all that other shit, I don't care for all that. I'm not gonna be on social media having people in my business and shit. I don't like that shit as it is now.
Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So people gotta learn how to not put everything on social media, especially when you dating. Keep that shit as private as possible. Unless you want people to know. There's some people that they like that attention. They want people to know who they going with, who they talking to. If you don't put it on social media. That's gonna avoid all those problems. And who cares about what people got to say? You care about what somebody got to say in Germany, and you ain't never met this nigga. These are strangers to you. You feel me? So it shows that he's insecure, and it also showed to me that she was flirting with Usher. Y'all can say whatever you want to say. Look at that video again. She's definitely flirting with Usher in that video. So I see it from both sides. Just a little bit too flirty for me with Usher. With Usher, you give him one hug, that's cool. Don't need to be smiling up in the nigga face and oh my god, it's Usher. And come on, act like you've been there already. You're a celebrity also. She was acting like she was in front of Michael Jackson or some shit. You know, that's something you do for Michael. You know, when Michael was on stage and he come out on stage for 10 minutes, he don't say nothing. He stand like a statue. People was falling the fuck out. I seen it. Of people of all colors, white, black, Indian, Asian, Latin, they were passing out just at the very sight of Michael on stage, not even saying nothing. That's one thing. I understand if you do that, but for Usher, come on. She had to hold back a little bit her what they call it starstruck. She was starstruck when she saw. She acted like she know. I'm pretty sure she met Usher in the past. You know.
Mm.
So I
That's
see
good to
from both
know.
sides. Like, yeah, she looks gorgeous after having a baby, but I think she just went a little bit over the top with it. You know what I'm saying? Act like you somebody's woman. Cause I don't think Julia Roberts would have did that. You know what I'm saying? We know J
Yeah.
Lo's not doing that. You know, if that was a Kardashian, she probably would have been pregnant by Usher right now. But you know what I'm saying? If your man got a problem with that, she got to talk to him because that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You know what I mean? You got to compromise. You know, if you feel if he's the dude and he feeling some type of way, they got to talk that out. Not take it to social media where you're gonna hear thousands of strangers tell you what they think about it. They got to talk about that internally. That's gonna be an issue going forward. Sex addicts act like that. I don't know they sexist. I'm just saying like I could see why he felt some type of way about it, and why she felt like it's what she said it was like black black woman power or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she feeling good. She feeling herself because she had a kid. You know, a lot of women don't look like her after having a kid. She looked great, so she wanted to be out there, but you still somebody's woman at the end of the day. And he looking at it like yeah, he was being a little bit too out there with Usher, especially with Usher's past. That's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? So it would have been just as bad if she was giving that same energy to Trey Songs or something. So nah, some of these dudes got a history.
Yeah, man. And I see your point too. I definitely see your point.
If that was you, let's say you the dude and you dating Keke, how would you feel about that? If she all up in Usher face,
Honestly, I wouldn't mind because she's coming home with
you
me.
bullshitting. You. How many stories you telling me about chicks that you have to cut off after one night?
Okay, first of all, let me break something down for you. I'm not the guy who gets easily jealous. Let's
Why?
stop
Of
that
course
right
not, cause
there.
you daddy. Daddy don't get jealous.
Okay.
That, you tell him what
Let
your
let
name is. I'm daddy, bitch.
you know what? Let me put my camera on for this one because I have to. I'm
Show
gonna
them the
say some weird
chain.
shit.
He got a dad. You got a daddy chain. You can't be
I,
insecure. You rocking a daddy chain.
let me be serious. Let me be serious. Let's just take the daddy out the equation for
Uh huh.
this one particular second. Let's just take the daddy out the equation. You're talking to somebody that had married women come
Hmm.
after me.
Right.
You're talking to somebody that literally messed with hella cougars and shit. Ask Coogee himself about some of the track
Hmm. I
record
believe
and
you.
stuff.
I believe you.
Yeah. What would I have to be jealous for? I've had a deep voice that represents dominance since I was in the fifth grade, my nigga. My name alone, Reginald, Reggie, means ruler and king. Why would I be jealous of that
I
when
feel
she's
you,
gonna
but
come
there
home
might
with
always there might come a
wait
time when you date somebody that you really like. It's they have a baby together. It's not like he just dating her. They have a family. So I could understand from his point of view. You know what I'm saying? And I understand how she feeling because again, like she had a baby for not she was pregnant for 9 months, had the baby. She looks fabulous more than ever. She ain't never looked this gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But they got to talk about that because obviously there's miscommunication going on in that relationship. And he's getting dragged on social media right now. You know what I'm saying? But I understand because when I saw the video, I'm like, yo, do people not see the video? Like she is definitely flirting with Usher in that video. Without actually coming out and tongue kissing him. She's flirting with Usher. You can
well
clearly
she
see
was
that.
it
You
was a
can clearly
once in
see
a
that.
life it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. She was a
So she's never
fan.
met Usher. She never met Usher before then.
I never say maybe not, maybe not. All I'm just saying is just like let's just say a sexy female artist invited me on stage or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm
Mm.
not gonna do all that crazy shit, but I'm gonna be starstruck possibly. You know what I'm saying? I might be in that like moment for life and shit like that. Might be in that one moment, but still, at the end of the day, I know for a fact that she's not gonna take me on. You know what I'm saying? Because she's probably on tour. She's probably going to different city, and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But still, Dart said, "What's your
But yeah,
shoe
but there's a
size?"
there's a way to conduct it. Like yo, like she is a actress. She's been around celebrities all her life. Me and you have met celebrities in person. I met Will and Jada. That's the biggest stars I ever met, and I didn't act
Okay.
like how she acted with Usher. You know what I'm saying? There's a way, especially if you're in a relationship. There's a way to carry yourself. And she's dancing in front of Usher and how y'all don't see a problem with that? You don't see a problem with that?
Shit. Personally, I did not see a problem with how she was acting. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be
When
fucking real.
when you're in a relationship and you have a kid with this woman, you're gonna see a problem with that. Because I understood exactly how he felt because I saw the video. I'm like, yeah, she's flirting with Usher in that video, without being, out there with it. You could tell she was flirting with Usher, and Usher didn't mind. He was grinning in her face and hugging her and singing to her. A nigga gonna feel some type of way when you see that video.
You telling Keke you got it bad. That's what he's telling her.
She gonna have a bad for Usher if a nigga don't get over his feelings and shit. He gonna really be singing to Kiki. You know what I'm saying? There's the way, like, no, even if you starstruck and that was her first time meeting Usher, there's a way to carry yourself. And she acted like a starstruck fan. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, Usher's history, his past. So I believe that's what went into why dude was in his feelings about that.
Hmm. He shouldn't have never put it on social media though. Now the whole world knows he's a
Again,
bitch.
again, again. This is what I'm talking about. keep your business off of social media, so you won't have to hear from fucking strangers about it. They're gonna be telling you everything in the book about why you wrong and this and that. Meanwhile, they might not even be in a relationship they damn self. But they want to play like they Dr. Joyce, Dr. Ruth and shit. And they could tell you Dr. Love and shit. And they could tell you about they can tell you about your relationship.
Dr. Joyce Brothers, man.
I was about to say Dr. Ruth, that sweet old lady. It's backwards because they let social media run their life, yo. I don't get it. It's like I could stay off of social media for 10 hours and be good. I would say it before social media, so it don't that shit don't phase me. Some people need that shit every day. It's like I don't care about all that. What people think online. That shit ain't moving me. I don't go to sleep at night worrying about what somebody in fucking Australia thinks about your love life and shit. Why would you care? People do shit for social media for attention and shit. That's the reason why that shit gonna affect them. Kristen said NDRV was bashing Megan Thee Stallion and Janelle. That's another thing. Janelle Monae getting bashed too for showing a lot of skin now.
Mm.
You know, this is a woman that when she started, she was wearing all these black suits with the shoes, very militant and shit. Now she's showing boobs and ass, and people in the uproar. They don't like that. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I'd rather see Janelle Monae flaunt it now than when she's too old to flaunt it. I'd rather not see when she's like 60 years old. Flaunt that body now. She look gorgeous. But it make it seem like now she like people saying she look like a thought online. She thirsty for attention. I get it, and that's gonna take away from her music, unfortunately. You call it social rape? I never heard that. What part is it? What part is the actual social rape? Is it the commentary about the women, or what? What is it? What is social rape?
I have no idea about that either.
We got new terms on here and shit. Social rape. I never heard that. Can you socially rape somebody? Oh, boy.
I'm gonna stay on for 5 minutes.
Yoga pants is social rape to you? As in how the woman is wearing the yoga pants? I never heard that term. So social rape. I don't even want to say
So
that because I think Reg might get banned even for this like the smallest shit.
honestly, I think the power to be might even be questioned about that. To be real with you,
What you mean?
because I don't understand what social rape is either.
I don't know what that is. Dartmouth making up his own social terms on here and shit.
Mm.
I feel like hip hop mainstream wise is having a drought because none of those albums and singles were number one. Well, that's a good thing because a lot of those albums were crap, and it's time they focus on the indie artists. You
Like
know,
me.
right? You had like I said, you had Rome Streets dropped the album this year. St Nat Conway dropped the drum work compilation album for his label. Larry June and Alchemist. I'm gonna keep saying it. To me, is the best album of the year. You know, who else dropped? A lot of people dropped the album. Onyx dropped a new album. You
Oh
know,
shit.
uh, Killer Michael, phenomenal album. Those are the albums that need to be in the forefront this year. They don't need to be mainstream. They hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Drake is already dropping another album again, so I'm pretty sure that'll be number one soon.
Oh great. Just what the world needs another Drake album
Imagine being
with.
a 12-year-old boy seeing all of this. Well, if he's 12 when he's on online, where's his parents at? I blame his parents for that. But that's that shit he shouldn't be seeing. But in this era, the 12-year-olds now are a lot more out there than we was back in the 80s.
Right.
Tracy Ellis Ross is getting it. Yeah, I saw that. She's another one that be taking pictures for the gram. She took a picture topless.
Oh, for real? Let me see that shit.
Yeah, I know that's your girl, yo. But she's grown. She a grown woman. She could do that.
Ain't she in her 50s and shit? Y'all getting mad about that?
Like I said, hey, if you got it, flaunt it now. I don't want to see that shit when you 80, 90 years old. When you got fucking wrinkles and shit on your boobs. Show that shit off now.
Oh, damn,
You
I
know.
missed one.
Y'all remember how sexy Sharon Stone looked back when Basic Instinct came out? She don't look like that no more.
I don't know.
She old. Jamie Lee Curtis. She look like a granny now. She don't look sexy like she used to back in the Trading Places.
She was sexy.
I thought she was.
I'm good on that, boss.
She had a nice body when she was younger. It's a form of rape. Your 12-year-old shouldn't be online then. If he shouldn't be on Instagram if he's 12. And Naomi Campbell, what about her? She still look good. I
Christian
saw her
said
at the
this is
Met
for.
Gala. Huh?
I was reading Christian's comment. I wish the black community would stop progressing, society and stop progressing. Well, man, we might be progressing, but it might be that one thing that might take us back always. So,
Well, I don't know what they. I'm not around 12-year-olds. So I don't know what they're looking at. If they're watching their friend's mom, then it's time for them to have the birds and the bees conversation. I couldn't tell you. I'm not around 12-year-olds. We were very advanced 12-year-olds back in the 80s. Like I probably seen like the Playboy channel before I hit a teenager. So I already knew what sex was before I hit my teens. It's totally different now. These kids got social media and the phone, so I'm pretty sure they know what sex is at 12 years old.
right.
We didn't have that. We had Playboy. You know what I'm saying? The magazine and the channel.
Playboy After Dark.
Yeah. Cinemax After Dark. Remember them cheesy B-rated movies with Shanny
Yeah,
Tweed? Yeah,
yeah.
we had all that. Showtime, HBO, Real Sex, all that shit. Like you knew what time them shits was coming on after midnight.
Hell yeah.
You know, they got Pornhub now. We didn't have that back in the 80s and 90s. It's very easy for a 12-year-old to go on Pornhub right now.
Okay, Christian,
Sunday's your
Sunday is your
birthday.
birthday.
Salute, bro. Happy born day.
I'm answer a few more people.
I'll remember that when I have a kid at 12, and I'll let him know about the yoga pants.
That's funny. All right, well, I'm going to end this off right here.
I
Let me
don't
see.
like where this convo is going, anyways.
Yeah. So I have a few announcements I'm going to make. So Sunday is going to be the confessions video. You know what I'm
whatever
saying?
that means. What I'm intrigued to know what heinous over the top bullshit confessions you're gonna say on here.
you'll
I'm just this is gonna be pure entertainment. I know you're gonna say some crazy shit.
you'll see. You'll see.
What you gonna say? Oh, Illmatic is overrated or some shit? That's what Sam says.
Now you know. Now Ilmac is never overrated.
You're gonna? It's gonna be some hot takes with you. Right? You might as well bring Kavase on for that because he has some hot takes also.
Shit. All I'm going to say is like it's all going to be based on facts and it's all going to be based on
No,
opinion as well.
it's gonna be based on only your retarded opinions. No
Ooh,
facts.
ooh,
No facts.
retarded. Ooh,
You're gonna say some crazy. I already know you're gonna say some crazy shit. I know it. I feel it already.
because
I
you
feel it
anticipate.
already.
Because you
You're gonna say some
anticipate.
shit like Outcast is not top five group all time or some shit.
Well, technically they're a duo.
You know what I mean. You're gonna say some shit like that. I already know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say some wild shit, but not
Nas should have used the
spoiler.
same producer from Illmatic. Well, he did have Primo on. It was written in I Am and Nostradamus and Stillmatic. So he used Primo the most out of Pete Rock and Lost Pro.
But he used large pro and life is good.
He used Primo on Stillmatic, but that was like what 2000 2001.
Yeah.
So he ain't used Primo. He ain't used at Lost Professor since Illmatic. He used them in 2001, and then later on again. I already know you're gonna say Off the Wall is better than Thriller or some shit.
I mean, I said they were both neck to neck.
No, I don't believe so.
I
Thriller
believe
Thriller
so.
made Michael Jackson a icon. Off the Wall was a good disco album for the end of the disco era, but Thriller is the album that made him a rock icon, not Off the Wall. I don't know where people all of a sudden now they got all this love for Off the Wall over Thriller because I wasn't hearing that in 82, 83. It was all about Thriller, best album of all time. That's what made him a legend. Not Off the Wall. Off the Wall was good. One of the best disco albums for the disco era. But
Because we
Thriller
got
is that album that made him a icon. Like Illmatic made Nas who he is now. Thriller made Michael Jackson an icon. And he was already a legend with Jackson 5, but when Thriller came out, I put him on a different planet from everybody else.
Thriller was just that album.
Thriller is still that album. People are still copying from that album. It don't need can I don't have yes it don't have I can't help it, but it has the big hits. It has PYT, one of my favorites. Baby Be Mine. It don't need I can't help it. It's still a classic without that song.
Right.
I don't even think that's his best ballad.
Yeah, just stay tuned this Sunday for that shit. And then in terms of reviews, like I said, Tuesday's gonna be the new 9 review. The double review was supposed to have done today. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be Tuesday, probably midnight, I think. Then Monday we're gonna do the Van Halen debut album review. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do it next the Sunday after, but I was like, you know what? It's cool. I'm still ahead of the schedule, so I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Then Wednesday, I want to take things to R&B with Coco Jones with the "What I Didn't Tell You" EP. You know what I'm saying? I want you to give that shit a listen. And then Saturday we got Ti with trap music.
Kristen said, my favorite Jay-Z album is The Dynasty. I only like 13 of the 18 tracks off the firm. I wanted to piss Reg off. Well, Reg don't like that album anyway, so
Damn, you like 10 more songs than I did. Shit. I only like I think the Firm Family, the Phone Tap joint, and it was just one other joint. Shit, see, that's how
From
I gotta
Fiasco.
look at it. Firm Fiasco, yeah. Firm Fiasco was the one with
Dynasty's
the
a better
mo.
album. That's a better. Dynasty is definitely a better album than From.
That's not even an argument.
Yeah, but I like the From album. I just it's not a classic though.
Mm, y'all are better than me though. But yeah, man. Just definitely had to say that shit. I'm gonna get my shit together tomorrow and have have some shit ready to piss people off on Sunday. So yeah.
Funny.
Other than that, I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Make sure y'all subscribe to Try's channel. You know, subscribe to his shit because he be popping up randomly with his videos as well too. So don't miss that.
Yes, I got. I'm randomly dropping something next week. Well, two things next week actually.
Okay.
One
I
we're gonna
def-
record, and then the other one I'm gonna record on my own, and I'm gonna drop that next Tuesday, next Wednesday.
Speaking of record, I'm gonna send you a text.
Okay.
All right. And yeah, hope everyone has a wonderful night. Appreciate this, bro, as usual.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.